The return to Raven Creek. Alex Carter gripped the steering wheel as he drove down the cracked, overgrown road leading to Raven Creek. The town had been abandoned for years, yet rumors of people disappearing near its borders still persisted. As a journalist, Alex had covered countless ghost stories, but something about this one felt different, darker. The trees lining the road twisted unnaturally, their skeletal branches reaching for the sky like bony fingers. The deeper he went, the heavier the air became, as if unseen eyes watched his every move. His car sputtered as he reached the town's entrance, the old wooden sign barely hanging on by rusted chains. Welcome to Ravens Creek. The letters were faded, but someone had scratched a warning beneath them. Leave before nightfall. Alex scoffed. Superstition. He parked near the town square, stepping onto cracked pavement littered with dead leaves. The buildings stood like hollow shells, their windows shattered, doors barely hanging on their hinges. Raven Creek was a ghost town in every sense. As he set up his camera, an uneasy feeling crept over him. The silence was unnatural. No wind, no rustling leaves, no distant animal sounds. Just silence. You shouldn't be here. A raspy voice startled him. Alex spun around to find an old woman wrapped in a tattered shawl. Her milky white eyes suggested blindness, yet she stared directly at him. You must leave before nightfall, she warned. Why? Because of some town legend? Alex asked, taking notes. Her lips trembled. It's not a legend, the evil here. It doesn't sleep, it waits, it feeds. Alex frowned. What kind of evil? The woman shook her head. Something ancient, something that should never have been woken. Before he could press further, she turned and shuffled away, vanishing down an alley. Shaking off the encounter, Alex wandered through the ruins, his camera clicking away. He entered what was once the town library, its shelves covered in thick dust. That's when he found the journal, its leather cover cracked with age. The name on the first page read, Jacob Holloway, 1876. Alex skimmed through the pages, his breath hitching. We tried to stop it. The whispers never cease. We are trapped. If anyone finds this, do not stay after dark. A sudden chill ran down Alex's spine. He glanced at his watch. 6:45 p.m. The sun was already dipping behind the trees. He stepped outside, and the temperature had dropped drastically. The air felt thick, suffocating. As he walked back toward his car, a whisper brushed past his ear. You should not have come. Alex froze. Hello? No answer. A shadow flickered at the corner of his vision. He turned sharply, but there was nothing, just the empty town. He shook his head, probably just his imagination. His car sat where he left it, but when he reached for the door, the engine clicked uselessly. Dead. A low chuckle drifted through the air. Not a human laugh, something distorted, layered with multiple voices. The journal's words flashed in his mind, do not stay after dark. Panic set in as the sky darkened, the last sliver of sunlight vanishing. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the ground, twisting like living things. Then he saw it. At the far end of the street, a figure stood motionless, tall, its body wrapped in shifting darkness, its face an empty void. It did not move, it only watched. Alex's breath came in shallow gasps. He turned to run, but the town's layout had changed. The street he came from was now a dead end. A whisper slithered through the cold night air. Stay with us. A new shadow moved, then another and another. Shapes emerged from the darkness, shifting, crawling, approaching. Alex clutched the journal and stumbled back into a building, slamming the door behind him. He pressed his back against it, his heart hammering. Outside, the whispers grew. Something scratched against the door. Alex knew then he was not alone, and he was not getting out of Raven Creek alive. The whispering darkness. Alex pressed his back against the wooden door, his chest rising and falling rapidly. Outside, the whispers grew louder, like 100 voices speaking at once. The sound crawled into his ears, filling his mind with words he couldn't understand. Stay, stay, stay. Something scratched at the door, slow, deliberate. Long, sharp nails dragged against the wood. Alex held his breath. His eyes darted around the room, searching for a way out. The building he had run into looked like an old cabin. Dust covered the wooden floor, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling. A broken table sat in the center, chairs overturned as if someone had left in a hurry. A small window let in the moonlight, but it was too dark to see outside. Then came the knock. 3 slow taps. Alex clenched his jaw. He had seen horror movies before. He knew better than to open the door, but then came another sound, a whisper. "Alex!" His heart nearly stopped. No one here knew his name. Something about the voice sent shivers down his spine. It sounded familiar, but wrong, twisted, stretched, like someone was speaking through a broken radio. The whispers stopped. The air became heavy, pressing against Alex's chest. The silence was worse than the noise. He forced himself to move, inching toward the window. Maybe, just maybe, he could escape through it. He reached the glass and peered outside. Nothing, only darkness. But then a face appeared, pale, hollow, eyes black as an abyss. Alex stumbled back, crashing into the table. The face didn't move. It only stared, mouth stretched into a wide, unnatural grin. Then the glass cracked. A single line at first, then another and another. The cracks spread like veins until... Smash! The window shattered. Alex shielded his face, but no shards hit him. He looked up. The face was gone. His body trembled. He needed to get out of here, fast. He grabbed the journal from his bag, his fingers shaking as he flipped through the pages. There had to be something, anything that explained what was happening. One passage stood out. "We are trapped. The darkness is alive. It changes the town. It makes us see things, hear things. It whispers in our ears, and if we listen too long, we are never the same again." Alex shut the book. A cold breeze brushed past him. He turned slowly. The door was open, but he never unlocked it. Something had entered the cabin. Alex couldn't see it, but he could feel it. A presence thick and suffocating. He held his breath, stepping backward. The floor creaked beneath his feet. Then, creak! A second creak. Not from him, from the other side of the room. Alex's pulse pounded in his ears. He squinted into the darkness, but it was too thick, too deep. He couldn't see. Then the whispers returned. "Come closer. Stay with us. You are one of us now." Alex shook his head. No, I'm not." Laughter echoed from the shadows, twisted, mocking. A shape moved, tall, unnatural. Its limbs too long, its head tilting in an inhuman way. Alex's breath hitched. His feet refused to move. Then it charged. Alex bolted. He ran out of the cabin, not daring to look back. The night was colder now, and the air smelled of rot. The town looked different, more twisted, more broken. Buildings leaned at odd angles. The streets stretched longer, darker. The town was changing. Alex sprinted toward his car, but as he reached it, his heart dropped. The car was gone. No, not gone, replaced. In its place stood something else. A wooden carriage, its wheels broken, its seats covered in dust, like it had been there for 100 years. The whispers closed in. Alex turned in circles, his breathing ragged. He was trapped. The streets, the buildings, the very town itself, it was shifting, twisting, trapping him inside. Then something grabbed his arm, cold, claw-like. He screamed and yanked away. A shadow loomed over him, the figure from before. Its face was still missing, only a hollow void where eyes should be. It raised its hand, pointing at him. "You belong to us now." Alex's mind screamed at him to run, to move, to do something. Then the ground beneath him cracked. A dark, gaping hole split open, and from within, countless hands reached out. Rotten, skeletal hands clawed at the air, pulling, grasping. Alex stumbled backward, his foot slipping on the edge. He barely caught himself. The figure stepped closer. The whispers turned into screams. The hands grabbed his leg. Alex gasped, kicking wildly, but the grip was strong. The figure tilted its head again, watching, amused. Alex clawed at the ground, fighting to pull himself up, but more hands grabbed him, his arms, his waist, cold, unrelenting. He was being dragged down. "No," he choked out. "No, let me go." The darkness swallowed his legs. The last thing he saw was the faceless figure standing over him, watching as he disappeared into the abyss. Then everything went blank.